We're back for
Hi,
another
guys.
episode of Political Cadence for December 14th, 2025.
After a very dramatic intro.
Very dramatic intro, yes. By our courtesy of our friend Rob Wilds.
Here at
We don't usually
With
dabble.
the Anti-Social Network.
Yeah, we don't usually dabble in too many conspiracy theories, but there are several in that intro, I think. But but here we're fortunate to have Aaron and Will back with us, our co-hosts, to review another 2 weeks of this living hell we call the Trump administration.
In case you're wondering how we feel about it.
Yeah. I was looking at my 401k. I finally logged into my 401k since everybody kept saying, check in on your 401k. Look at your 401k. If you keep bitching about stuff, look at your 401k. So finally I logged in and I looked at it, and yeah, there is a bump in my 401k right now. At the expense of what? I think we all have a pretty good idea. It shows in the media every day with people losing their health care, being deported. All of that is conspiring to have an effect on the stock market a little bit now. So I think you get a good idea of what the MAGA is hitching their wagon to, but they're diminishing in numbers.
Tariff effects really hit.
Yeah. His approval rating's down in the low 30s now, I believe, isn't it?
32% from what I last saw.
I'm a little behind. Last I saw was 38% last week.
It's pretty dire. I mean, 38, 32. I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference. I think in his first administration, I think when he left office, he was down roughly in the same ballpark. So
if you doubled 32, you get 64. That's still an F, man.
Correct. But we had a number of things happen the last 2 weeks. We'll culminate in our fuck up of the fortnight segment at the end of the podcast. But I wanted to draw attention to something that Jake Tapper went over on his CNN show earlier this week. And he only took 3 minutes to do it. It might take us a little bit more time to stumble through it. But we've heard the President Trump, continuously say that he's deserving of a peace prize for having ended anywhere from between 8 and 12 wars.
I believe the number was 50 at one point.
It shifts. To your point, it shifts up and down.
It shifts in his brain.
Tapper went over the 8 wars that that he was set on at the beginning of this word salad that he continues to,
spew.
Yeah. And so he kind of shot down every single instance of those wars. And I just wanted to kind of retrace what Tapper said.
Or instance of endings of wars.
Right. So Trump claimed to end the Cambodia versus Thailand war. He claimed he ended the 5-day conflict with a ceasefire in July. Is it resolved? No. This week, Thailand launched airstrikes against Cambodia in retaliation for an attack on a Thai soldier. So that's
fiction.
That's fiction, number one. Congo versus Rwanda. Trump hosted the presidents of both sides at the ridiculously named Trump Institute for Peace. And while documents for a ceasefire were signed, the actual rebel forces of Rwanda, who is conducting the war, were in the process of killing 30 Congo soldiers the next day after that ceremony at Trump's.
Almost at the same time as the
Almost
ceremony.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So that number 2, that's false.
False.
2 away.
You see them at the table?
What's that, Aaron?
Did you see those 2 leaders at the table on
No,
Trump
I didn't
thing?
see the video.
No.
He said, it's been years and years of fighting, and now it's going to be holding hands and hugging. And the camera pans over to them, and one of them's laughing, and one of them just has the most sour look on his face.
Yeah. was a big show. It signifying nothing. Ethiopia versus Egypt. Trump claimed this one, but it was not even a war to begin with. It was a land dispute over an Ethiopian dam project on the Nile, and it is still hot. So that's another false. That's 0 for 3.
3 up, 3 down.
So they're all still
Serbia.
they're all
No,
still
no, bring down.
at war or whatever, still having conflicts.
You're still having the conflict.
None of them have been resolved.
Right.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Here we go.
So
Serbia
this is-
versus Kosovo. Lisa, you want to read that one, or you want me
Yeah.
to?
Trump claims he settled this one, and good news, I guess for him, there actually was a war this time. The only problem is it did not happen during either of his presidencies. So, false.
Yeah.
Once again, that's false.
That was the Clinton administration. Were they still fighting after that?
Swing and a miss.
No.
We got Israel versus Hamas or Palestine, the big one.
That's ongoing.
Yeah, even after the killing has definitely continued since the alleged ceasefire. There's just no disputing that, and that was the one that he really hung his hat on.
He
made
wants
very
some of that West Bank land to put us Trump towers on. Big
so that's
fucking
0 for 5.
game of Monopoly.
2 away.
That's very controversial. I mean, you got the Israeli dynamic there. I mean, it's kind of a really hot issue domestically too, with the Jewish Americans and Palestinian Americans. I mean, it's just a really hot.
Depends on where you stand on Netanyahu, I guess.
Right. So number 6, Israel versus Iran. This is the one where we hit.
Pro-Israel, anti-Netanyahu.
Yeah. But to draw the line between
Pro-Palestine.
anti-Israel versus anti-Semitism is a falsity.
I don't think so. I'm not any way against Semitism or Judaism. I am, however, against Israel as an entity.
That's what I'm
he said.
saying. That's what. Yeah, to draw a line between that and say that there's a parallel there to being against Israel or Netanyahu and the war crimes that he's committing is and the administration would have you to believe that makes you an anti-Semite, and that is bullshit.
Unfortunately, in this room, when we've got the headphones on, I can't actually hear him. I don't hear him through the microphone. None of it.
All right, here we go. Israel
You need
versus
for the
Iran. Here
headset.
we go. You want
Noise reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to read that one? Katie?
Even if you accept the theory that Trump stopped the war with a strike on a nuclear facility, he has not. It is still hot, and they are likely rebuilding the site. He started it. It was a big show, and it's not over. False.
So that's 6. We got India versus Pakistan. Started it with a terrorist attack over the summer, and while there's a ceasefire, both
Started long
countries.
before that.
Yeah, right. But while there's a ceasefire, both sides have denied that the United States played any role in those negotiations.
So, false.
So that is false. That's another one he's claimed. And finally, we're doing this so maybe we don't ever have to do it again, because it's the biggest question we always have is when he throws these numbers out there, name them. So here we are. Tapper's kind of named them. And here we go. Armenia versus Azerbaijan, which Trump cannot pronounce apparently.
Yeah, he calls it abracadabra.
Yeah. This might be the closest to true, but not quite. Each country met with Trump and signed an agreement to seek peace, but to date, no final peace treaty has been signed. So this also is false. There is no peace in this conflict either. So
You know what we should do? Give him a gold football with a bunch of creepy hands fondling it.
Let's get him one for every national sport.
right.
I call it football. Football. I went international.
Football. Right. So he's gathering FIFA Peace Awards, which were obviously just
The inaugural one, right?
yeah. Which, by the way, the
Things created for Trump.
the guy who gave him the award basically did not even consult with his board of directors or whatever, and FIFA, did not have any kind of formal competition for the award, any kind of voting or anything like that. He just went straight to the ceremony, and then 2 or 3 days later, Trump wrote or he issued some sort of pardon to FIFA over their some of their corruption that they've been accused of in the past. Or something
I was
like
going to say, what does he need to be
It-
pardoned
it was
for?
pay for play.
FIFA and the IOC, the International Olympic Committee,
Mm.
those are the two most corrupt organizations going, pretty much. And
Mhm.
Right.
yeah, they're just currying favor with Trump to keep him from. He had threatened to move the Olympics out of blue cities,
Mm.
so
He's
they
going to
wouldn't be
try to
in
figure
LA
out
or
how
San
to do that
Francisco.
anyway.
They'd
Well,
have
don't-
to-
Thank you,
they'd
Aaron.
have to come up here to Bakersfield.
Yes, thank you, Aaron. Mhm. That information is valid and useful.
Right. So we got a list of things. It gets weary keeping up with this on a daily basis because we
It
said it
got
like,
personal for me this week,
what's that?
and it got personal for me this week.
Right. Why don't you tell us about that, Aaron?
Okay. So there was the Senate hearing with Kristi Noem, and I'd shared an article with Phil. I think I neglected to even share it with the group here because I was stunned when I listened to it.
Mhm.
But I shared it with Phil and another guy from our fantasy league, baseball league, and I cancel. I accidentally clicked to leave there. Sorry, my leg hit the
Okay.
button.
Good.
Got you.
So anyway, the guy's name Magaziner
Mhm.
was talking to Noem, and he had an iPad with him, and he asked her why they're deporting veterans who were wounded in service, and she said they don't do that. And he said, well, I have here Sejun Park, who was
Mhm.
injured in Panama, shot twice.
American citizen.
No,
Nope. Oh,
no.
American national.
He
I mean,
his mom moved here before him. He came here when he was 7,
okay.
and yeah, he fought in the army, went to Panama, got shot in the back. I put my finger in the indentation in his back. It's freaky as
Mhm.
fuck. His favorite Van Halen song is Panama.
Irony.
But yeah, we used to at lunchtime. He'd drive me to my apartment in Encino, and we'd smoke bong hits and play video golf, computer golf on the PC.
Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was a crack addict then, and presumably now.
Sad.
Yeah, I've seen him on more than one occasion vomit blood into a trash can.
Oof.
But I'm surprised he's alive, man.
Mm.
Glad.
Yeah.
But, he was on some kind of parole. He had to go to see his immigration officer or something. And 10 or 15 years ago, they said, if you have dirty urine, don't bother coming back. And he knew that he'd have dirty urine, so he never went back.
Mm.
He's been living in Hawaii since the 90s.
Mm.
And they basically told him to, if he didn't self-deport, they were going to deport him. He's got a Purple Heart. He was injured, almost killed fighting for this country. And as a political stunt, he's been sent back to a country he hasn't been to since he was 7. And his mother and family are here. His kids, his wife.
Yeah.
Now, I guess I am uninformed in that I was under the impression that you had to be an American citizen to serve in the American Armed Forces.
No, they'll take
Okay.
any meat.
Ah, good to know.
Hmm.
I don't think I'm going to qualify, but last I heard they weren't taking the wheel.
Well, I thought Magaziner did a good job during that hearing of kind of forcing Noem on camera to acknowledge that there had been
Sorry, one
mistakes
more piece
made
of
and
this. I got
Oh,
into
yeah.
I found him on Facebook. We're now Facebook friends, and I invited him about 10 minutes before the podcast that if he's available and inclined to jump on in anytime in the hour. So,
Okay.
awesome.
so keep an eye on the waiting room.
I
Yeah.
have it open. Yep, I'm looking.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
So,
don't expect him to be here this second.
Well, he might need a little more notice.
He would need more notice, and it's early in the morning. Last message I saw from him was like, "I'll hit you up in a few hours. Let me wake up."
Mm.
Okay.
So
Wake
let's
up.
figure out what would be a good time for him that doesn't keep us, either awake too late or up too early.
And if he wants to do it there.
Right. If he wants to do it.
right. So
Easier than Congress.
So this hearing that they had with Noem, I thought the Magaziner did a really good job. And the other senators who questioned her of kind of forcing her to confront some of the actual individuals who had been, who had served in the armed forces.
Say was on a Zoom call on that iPad if I neglected.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a couple of personnel that were there, and she had to turn around and thank them for their service. And, I thought those were good visuals because she made the bold statement at the beginning of the hearing that no American veteran had been deported, no members of the armed service, these really just
Lying.
and they went to and proved her wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But she appears to be on thin ice.
Anyway.
I gave up eating red meat in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I ate a steak was at Say's house because he took me to he lived with his mom. He took me home after work one day. I forget where we were going, concert or something. And because an American kid came over, she cooked a steak, and I ate it to not offend her.
That's nice.
Yep. And you still have heartburn over that, probably.
It's just a thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Still have
What'd she make with the
It's
steak?
probably still in my colon. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
What'd she make with the steak?
Fuck if I remember. I had kimchi there before. Once I think the second time I was there, I just had Korean food.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think Say must have told her.
So, yeah, I would love it if he shows up, if not today, then at some point, and tell us, exactly his story. What?
Yeah, I'd like to just catch up with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I understand. Yeah, you have a personal history with him. I'm sure there's a certain amount of just getting reacquainted with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole hearing with Noem.
Is that the one she left early?
Yes.
To something else that was canceled.
And it turns out that was canceled, and she really didn't have
I'll
to
bet
leave
she
early.
knew it was canceled.
Yeah, she
But
knew.
She faced.
She knew, and Benny Johnson knew before.
It's an
he left.
excuse. Mm-hmm.
The Democrats knew. Everybody knew it was canceled.
Yeah.
She faced the throng of protesters who shouted at her she was leaving. And speculation is that she's kind of skating on thin ice. But he hasn't fired anybody. Is he fired? I mean, nobody of note. I mean, the president is not. And that was a hallmark of his first administration.
Did he fire Musk?
No, actually, Musk left.
Yeah.
He's kind of parted ways.
Right.
Yep.
A conscious uncoupling is Gwyneth Paltrow. No, was it Gwyneth? Yeah. Let's say.
Yeah.
Well, considering that Tesla stocks were tanking.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see if there will be any reset. The way that the things that are going against the Republican Party right now are ominous in terms of their chances for the midterm. I mean, they had a special election in Tennessee where the Republican Trump had won Tennessee by 22 points in the last presidential election. And in this special election, it was a gubernatorial race, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Republican candidate did end up winning, but he only won by 9 points. And so Democrats took that as indicator that, the tide was turning. So that was one thing. He's the case in Indiana, the gerrymandering attempt that they were making in Indiana. They saw 21 Republicans turn that away across the aisle to vote against that, which that's kind of a stunning, resounding defeat. The Republican agenda there. He continues to lose cases on, at least in federal court. I mean, all signs are pointing, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene has, she's going to resign, and up to 20 more Republican senators or congressmen?
I think a combination.
I think it's a combination of both, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know there were some Republican House members that were saying that they're not going to run for re-election.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of Democrats that are not running too. I saw an article that had the blues and reds of who's leaving the Senate and the House.
Yeah.
But it would have like 5 or 6 of them, and you'd have to click a next. It was almost like a weird listicle type thing.
Right. Well, and Trump really dressed down a reporter this week who brought up the 20 to 21 Republicans that were prepared to retire reputedly, and he shot back. Well, you don't know the Democratic number. You're not giving me the Democratic number. You're cherry picking your news. I think
he's been a venomous cunt to the media this past week.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the signs are encouraging that it is toppling, but there's always the cornered rat factor that really scares me. If it gets to a point where he sees that there's really no way that they can, because if they lose the midterms, all bets are off. I mean, it could be immediate impeachment, removal, trial. I mean, it could be very swift justice coming down on him. We saw an executive order. I think, wasn't the Indiana rebuff, wasn't that the rejection of an executive order?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're seeing some serious blowback now. And I think it takes some of the piss out of the, for me at least, you're so exhausted from like fighting against it, rooting against it, however you want to name it, that you get so exhausted that when you start to see things turn and you feel like, it's a turning point, you almost let off the gas a little bit, but I don't think it's any time for that. I don't think there's any time for letting off the gas.
At all. If anything, it's time to push it further down to the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's a win for us. Protect America's Workforce Act. Passing on Thursday, 20 Republicans crossed the aisle to join the Democrats in restoring collective bargaining rights to more than 5 million people. It rolled back an executive order. It just says
yes. You're right, Aaron.
Federal employees. Yeah. It rolled back an executive order by Trump to take them away.
Right. That just broke the other night.
Right. Well, here's another one, guys. The fact that the Democrats are now pushing articles of impeachment against RFK Jr. and Pete Hegseth.
Yeah. I mean,
yay.
I mean, the red meat is the strikes on the Venezuelan boats, right? Mm-hmm. The threatened land war in Venezuela, which I've heard a lot of people say that's never going to happen. That's totally bluster and just
seizure of an oil tanker.
Seizure of an oil. I mean, right? Basically, they just seized it and took the, what Trump say, Aaron. He said, "What are you going to do with the oil?" Yeah, I guess we'll keep the oil, and that's drawing condemnation from Russia and other nations right now.
It's right now. Lavrov, he's demanding answers.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Putin
it's just,
is apparently getting tired of his puppet.
I think most of Venezuela's oil exports go to China. So imagine we're pissing off China too.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, that's
we've
just
been
pure,
pissing off China. That's nothing new.
it's just pure piracy, right? I mean, it's like this is like Long John Silver, or
Stole a boat
Blackbeard.
full of oil. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not going to fly. I mean,
It's
there's
not
no
chests of
military.
gold, but
And that is what this Venezuelan shit is all about, right? The whole thing, he said it in his first term, and he said it in speeches since. The whole thing was to take their natural resources and regime change. He wants to get, was it Maduro? He wants to get, he wants to get him
Maduro
out
out
of
of there.
Right. So it's for someone who wants to be the Prince of Peace and names all these wars that he apparently settled. You know, he's sure as hell getting us involved in a lot of conflict. And today we even had a terrible event where a couple American servicemen were killed. And where did that take place? Was that in
Syria?
Yeah. So we're talking about ISIS again.
Yep, it was 2 servicemen and an American civilian.
And Trump is, maybe justifiably in this case. I don't know how you would, but this is more conflict that's coming on the horizon here because he's vowed retaliation for that. Continued fight against terrorism.
Last time there was still an active shooter at Brown University too.
Yep, I just saw that.
I haven't, we've been on another podcast, so I haven't been able to dive into that too much. But what's going on with that?
2 dead and 8 injured so far, and they believe that the number may go up. And the shooter is still at large.
Yeah, I guess they thought they had him in custody, and then they didn't. Kind of like.
And that happens. I mean,
It was on the run for a couple days. They thought they had in custody. Was that the Trump shooter?
No, the National Guard
Charlie Kirk shooter.
Yeah. And Patel came out and said that they had apprehended him like an hour after shooting.
Yeah.
And really the father turned him in.
He had no idea that the shooter was already in custody.
Can't hang this one on the FBI.
So are there any political ramifications of this active shooter? Are they trying to put any kind of make any kind of connections yet, or is it just
right now? It's still under investigation.
Just gonna have me squawking about gun control again.
Yeah, Second Amendment.
Strike it down.
Right. Well, and that's I don't know.
I feel like you can have gun control without hurting the Second Amendment. I'm just saying. But beside the point, why are they really necessary?
The thing is, instead of regulating the gun owners, what they need to do is start going after the gun manufacturers and regulate them on how many guns they can manufacture within a year or so.
Right.
There's so many already manufactured guns. It's not It's not like they're fragile.
Already out and about. Yeah.
Right.
Not to mention you can 3D print one at home.
Yeah, well, you got 3D print a gun.
Well, you've also got these ghost guns, 3D printed guns, and so you got to figure out what to do with that also.
Right. I'm frosting a cake with a paper knife myself.
What?
How's that going? How's that turning out for you?
I don't see why that would be a big problem. I did recently find out that what they really expect you to do when you buy a tub of frosting at the supermarket is fluff it up before you use it. I was not aware of that.
Interesting.
That's recommended by
I'm just referring to a commercial from like the 70s or early 80s.
Oh, okay.
I vaguely remember that now. I didn't get the reference.
But that's okay.
And Frank Zappa makes fun of it. I'm a moron, and this is my wife. She's frosting a cake with a paper knife.
Mhm.
I remember he won't eat it. He eats everything.
Yeah,
That's Mikey.
Mikey. That's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But the one thing that we know, we really haven't. I don't think we've gotten a lot into the Epstein files the way that you might think we would have. But the things that are coming out now, they're not coming out from the files that the government has. They're coming out from the Epstein
The state.
estate, and
Mhm.
it seems like shit that maybe the president doesn't have much control on, because some of the things that have come out in the last few days have been getting a little bit closer to the
Closer to home,
yeah.
if you will.
Why in the world would there be condoms with Trump's face on them? Say, I'm huge.
Yeah, for purchase at the event.
Yeah.
It's like, so who's selling them?
Did you
I'm
say they?
assuming it's Epstein's party and Trump is selling his own condoms.
Did you say they say I'm huge?
They do. They're a little red packet. It's got a picture of him on the front, and it says "I'm huge" on the bottom of them.
And they're
It's
$4.
more of a Bernie
I'm
thing.
bigly.
Yeah,
$4.50
yeah.
a piece.
It should say I'm bigly because it's Bernie's the one that would say huge.
Well, I don't know where it derives from, but and then there's another picture of him. Of course, there's several pictures of him partying with
Mhm.
Epstein,
Or with girls.
which is
Is that
not.
Pam Bondi in that one photo? Is that what people are saying?
It's hard to I've
Yeah,
heard
hard to
people.
say.
I've heard people suggest it, but other people refute it. Who knows? There's a good podcast out there. I wish I knew the name of it. They take all of these shit bags from the Trump administration and they spend a whole hour going over. There's two ladies. They go over all their history and reasons.
It's not.
Are they from the Midwest?
No, it's not.
Are they from like Missouri?
I think they seem like Midwesterns, maybe.
I know the one you're talking about. I wish I knew
Yep.
the name.
And
I saw
the thing is, too, guys, with those pictures being released, House Democrats have already said that there's more to come.
Right.
Well, we already know that there's like 90,000 of them.
None of them in a silo are necessarily incriminating, but when you take them as a collective, it certainly refutes the idea that Trump never befriended the guy. He was never friends with him. There's more pictures of him with Epstein than pictures of Trump with people like his own sons and
Yeah.
even Melania or whatever. I mean, there are a lot of pictures of him party, and they're usually in some kind of social gathering. There's the stories of him judging beauty pageants. I don't know what the location was, but basically it was just Epstein, Trump, and a bunch of young girls. Now, no audience or anything. What kind of beauty pageant does that sound like?
Yeah,
no. There's
Is
a
it
photo of
Jennifer Welch and Angie Pumps Sullivan?
No. I want to give this podcast its due. I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the iHip ladies.
Yeah.
And they're good.
I didn't think that's who it was, but they're taking up like most of these search results.
Right.
Yeah.
They've got good SEO.
I looked into them. They had a reality show a couple years ago that was, it wasn't political at all. It was just like their lives or whatever, and they've kind of translated that into this success on the media, the political front. But
with a podcast.
Kristi Noem.
He's looking that up.
These two
Hey,
are
while we're at it,
from Missouri.
Look up and see if Admiral Bradley is related to General Omar Bradley.
Okay.
I forgot to look that up, and I've been wondering. Because I know for a fact that Omar Bradley's, somebody from his family is from my hometown, my mom's hometown. In which case, and he's on our chart. My grandmother did a genealogy chart, and she was not at all crazy. She did not find Jesus in our chart. That was a different family member, in case you guys are listening. But what is it? Yeah, General Omar Bradley is definitely related to me. So if Admiral Bradley is related to Omar Bradley, then I am related to Admiral Bradley. Just saying. I also have a Representative Bradley from Kentucky that's a relative as well.
Here it is.
But I don't know if he's current.
This is
he
it.
found it. Okay.
Hysteria.
Hysteria.
We found out about hysteria.
How's that spelled?
Like the Def Leppard album, Hysteria.
Oh, HYSTERIA.
Hysteria Podcast is their at. But
Aaron Ryan and Michaela Watkins and Alyssa Mastromonaco.
Oh, pretty.
Their episode about Pam Bondi is called The Bratty Brown Noser. And they spend a whole hour, and they do a good job of editing, too. They fill that whole hour with,
content,
all kinds of information, but they're good. I think I found out about that one at the book club meeting we went to. Somebody suggested it, but Hysteria Podcast.
I've heard fairly long ads for their podcast by them, but I never punched it in.
Right. Of course, there's the Katie Johnson. She's just kind of disappeared from the stage. Nobody knows where she's at anymore, but she's had the most damning indictment. I don't think they're probably going to be able to cover up enough where he'll never.
No, he'll never go to jail.
Go to jail or anything.
Everybody around him will probably go to jail. Bless you, Will. But he will never go to jail.
He'll get pardoned by Vance or whoever follows him.
Right.
Right.
Oh God. But I don't think he'll need to be pardoned because most of his crimes can be linked to his office.
So I'll just go over some of the notes real quick here from the week, and then we'll get to our fuck ups. But I don't want to. We only got an hour for 2 weeks. It's like it's really.
National parks rescinded free admission to national parks on MLK Day and have instead chosen to add it to Trump's birthday.
Yeah. Juneteenth too. MLK Day and Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Yep. And both of them have been removed as national holidays.
Ooh.
It's just blatant. I mean, why do that? I mean, just from a PR standpoint, why would you do that?
It's just
he's throwing out something for his racist base.
Yep.
Just so openly racist. It's incredible. The Republicans, as an answer to the ACA tax credits, have proposed something called the Crepo-Cassidy plan, whereby Americans will be given money to pay for their health care. $1,000 to people under 40, 1.5 thousand HSAs to people older. Like, okay, so what? That might handle your teeth cleaning and maybe your annual colonoscopy or something.
Not to mention, how is that affected by your current HSA limits?
Totally unrealistic. I mean, they really do not have an answer. Trump himself suggested they extend the ACA benefits, and that was shot down by his own party. They really have no answer. They had 10 years to come up with some sort of health plan.
It's gonna bite him at the midterms.
Yeah.
Bite him in special elections too.
Right.
Trump's threatening more ICC, International Criminal Court sanctions unless the Republican Party and members of the Israeli government are made immune from prosecution. Wow.
Which is absolute blackmail.
Oh, yeah.
Heinous.
Mm-hmm. Right. Totally.
It's basically openly confessing that you're guilty of something to
or a lot of things.
Preemptively ask for clemency. It's like, what? Okay. Well,
Did you have in your notes the Trump gold card for people that it cost $1 million and expedites your citizenship or your path into the country?
I think we talked about that in a previous episode, but
I didn't have it for this week.
That might have been the one where I bailed.
Could be.
Of course, Admiral Bradley, we should have talked about this, I guess, when we talked about Venezuela, but Bradley's basically fallen on the sword. And he's apparently the fall guy for the administration over strikes.
Yeah.
Don't know why he would do that, other than perhaps he knows the president will, again, pardon him.
Yeah.
But that was not only, I mean, and not enough is time is spent on talking about the fact that the first strikes themselves were illegal.
Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right, I did.
Right. Where's Tom Cruise when you need him, right? But the initial strikes are just as illegal as any follow-up strike. Why have we normalized the initial strike? You know, it's like unbelievable.
Well, if there was any question that was a war crime, there's no question that the second one is a war crime, even if we were at war.
Absolutely. Because one, it was in international waters to begin with.
Right.
And it was already proven that the boats were no way going in the direction of the U.S.
They spelled the new sign wrong. It's Department of War Crimes.
Right. And, you know, Hegseth knows.
Left out the word.
Hegseth knows this shit.
Oh, you mean keg's breath?
Yeah, keg's breath, right.
Hog's breath. Oh, keg's breath.
He knows what the international laws are, because he's on record back when he was a Fox weekend host, running one of their propaganda shows, where, you know, Trump was not necessarily going to be the nominee, and he was tearing into Trump for, you know, trying to what he considered Trump was going to try to do, the exact same thing that they're doing now. Hegseth is on record decrying the idea of following illegal orders and committing these war crimes. So he knows it's not. I mean, he's like he can't back out of what he's already got on record. It's sickening. It's just really sickening that we're standing around and watch these fucking criminals do this and justify it.
Commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even Rand Paul has been talking about impeaching keg's breath.
Right.
And anytime you got Rand Paul siding with Democrats, you know there's something wrong somewhere.
Right, exactly. Pretty hardcore
Somebody
Republican.
definitely fucked up.
Mm-hmm. You got these fools in the media like Megyn Kelley, who's like, she said that she's basically a cheerleader for these strikes on these boats and these war crimes, saying that she wants to see them suffer. You know, it's like disgusting. You know, again, she was the one that Trump embarrassed and humiliated in front of the world, the first Republican debate back in 2016. Can't believe, you know, I don't know where her fucking mind is, but she's totally shot.
She also said that if Trump was involved with the Epstein stuff, he's really just into the barely legal type. We're talking 15, not 10.
Right.
Whatever.
No, 8-year-old.
She totally.
Yeah. I mean, how much better is that?
Totally,
Not much.
Right.
totally moves the goalpost on her morals.
Well, 15 and up is fine.
Mm-hmm. So it is tiresome to go over this.
The Nobel elephant in the room.
It has had an effect on me psychologically. It just makes you tired. I mean, it's just fucking endless news cycle. But I think it's important to continue to point these things out and continue to be vigilant until these people are gone. Not only gone, but in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to just take note of it and let it go. Try not to hold on to it too long, because it is exhausting.
Right.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, guys, treason is still punishable by a firing squad.
Right.
And that's in the Constitution.
And their actions are just, they all know this, and yet their actions prove that they have no intention, that they'll never not be in power again. So that is what I mean when I say the cornered rat factor. What in the hell is going to happen? You know, what is the next January 6th going to look like?
It's going to be hell. And then the thing is, too, keep in mind, guys, is that you got a Supreme Court that's constantly leaning toward Trump.
Yeah,
You got that. You got the military. He's in control of the military. They're trying to press people that don't agree with them out of the military. You know, it's really scary. You got, it's just, anyway, got to keep in the game. Can't let them win. But, all right. So we want to do our fuck ups of the fortnight.
Let's do it.
Yep. Okay.
All right. I'm going to let Lisa run this.
Okay. Okay, no, I'm not sure about this one. I'm not up on this one. Why couldn't he pardon Tina Peters?
Tina Peters was a MAGA apologist who attempted to rig elections on behalf of Trump and was given like a 20-year prison sentence. Trump, and it was a federal, it wasn't a federal, it was a state charge.
That's why he couldn't pardon her.
And the president had no jurisdiction to pardon her, but he claims to have pardoned her. So he had ignorance of the law and made the announcement that she was pardoned. And it turns out he can't do that. So that was a fuck up.
Okay.
That's a good
and
fuck
then
up.
that's against Indiana voting down the redistricting attempt.
Actually, Indiana voting down the redistricting, I wouldn't consider that a fuck up.
That's a stand-up.
That's a stand-up.
Yeah. So,
but it was a miscalculation.
But it's against Trump.
Yeah, the Trump fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm going for the other one. It was more fun.
Okay. So, Will, can we assume you're going with the? I'm going to assume anything. Which one are you going with?
I'm going to
Trump
go
thinking
with
he
the
can
first one.
overstate?
I'm going to go with the first one because Trump, he may feign ignorance, but I mean, come on, the guy's got an IQ of a damn onion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think he believes he can do anything he wants to do, and he didn't get to do it, so I'm going with Tina Peters.
All right. I'm going to throw one in. I'm going to throw one at the Indiana voting just because I do think it was a miscalculation on the behalf of Trump. He won that by 22, whatever. He owned Indiana during the election, and now he's finding out he doesn't have that pool anymore. So, but anyway, it's Tina Peters moves on.
Doesn't get a whole lot more Republican than Indiana.
Yeah. All right, Lise, what's next?
Magaziner owning Kristi Noem when she claims that in a congressional hearing that no veterans were deported by ICE. Versus Pete Hegseth calling the double tap the fog of war.
It's a tough one.
Mm.
I like her. I like her being shot down in court.
Mm-hmm.
On top of it being Sejuda.
Yep. I got to go with Kristi's embarrassment.
Well, I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to say Pete Hegseth's comments about the fog of war because he's trying to justify basically murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's full of shit across the board. So I kind of, I mean, he's embarrassing himself.
I mean,
whereas Kristi was owned by someone else.
Isn't that a misnomer? That fog of war, that means like you're in the middle of the war and you got tinnitus and you're disoriented and you might. There was like 45 minutes between the first strike and the second strike, so that was a pretty.
Yeah, they clearly knew.
Weak.
But I'm.
Well, then again, Hegseth's always in a fog to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 Kristi embarrassed, 1 fog of war.
That's a tough one. I'm going to go with the Kristi Noem because of our personal connection to the
Mhm.
to Aaron's friends.
Yeah.
Instead of fog of vodka.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right, Lise, what's number 3? DOJ.
Yep. Third time's a charm. DOJ attempts once again to indict Letitia James on mortgage fraud charges. Failure. Boom. Versus
Epic.
Representative Henry Cuellar,
Cuellar, maybe.
running
Cuellar.
for Congressional seat Texas as a Democrat after Trump pardoned him on a bribery charge. Oh, that's lovely.
Yep.
So he ran Democrat, but I feel like he might be a spy for the other side.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
not-
heading over to three time loser Doge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would that be
Yeah.
triple jeopardy?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if it counts.
Yeah,
Well, they're trying to find a way to bring Comer.
trial for double jeopardy.
Yeah.
But both are good examples of the administration falling on its face a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But the thing is, Queller's got a surprise coming with Jasmine Crockett running for the Senate, and
Yeah.
she's going to mop the state with him, and I mean mollywop.
I hope so.
But-
I hope another Democrat picks up her seat.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with James because it's like you said, it's a 3 strikes. That's a pretty compelling. They're trying to go after Comey still, but that's not. I don't know. They're trying to find a loophole where they
Neither
can
one are
still
gonna
try to
fly.
indict him.
Neither
Yeah.
one of them are going to stick.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
So
they've
that's 2
basically
no.
been outsmarted by 2 district attorneys.
I can't remember if we discussed Hannigan last time.
We did, I
did
think.
not re-
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
We did.
So that's 2
Things
for.
haven't gotten better
James.
for her, that's for sure.
2 for James.
What do you got, Will?
I got Letitia James
Yeah, sweep it.
because, like I
Okay.
said, they're basically just throwing shit at the wall to see what's going to stick, and nothing's going to stick.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We got 7 minutes.
Okay.
All right. And what's the final one, Lise?
FIFA makes up fake privacy or fake peace black.
That's all, folks.
FIFA made up a fake peace prize for Trump versus SCOTUS ruling to allow Texas gerrymandering attempt to pass.
What was the first one?
The fake FIFA Peace Prize.
Versus SCOTUS. Is that
I'm going to have to
Supreme
go
Court.
with Texas on the Texas gerrymandering on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Okay.
pretty egregious.
Yep.
That the Supreme Court would actually step in to overrule a state
Yeah.
rule.
Well, ironically, the most powerful court is really the only court that's really functioning for them at this point. Unfortunately, yes, it's the most powerful court, but that's a good reasoning, Will. And I'm going to agree with that.
yeah.
The Peace Prize is funny and ridiculous and absurd, but it's not as damaging.
But
It's
yeah,
fine
the
as shit.
Supreme Court weighing on his side over and over again is just scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, it was a state court decision, and the Supreme Court, they basically overstepped their boundaries
Yep.
to overrule the Texas court.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're down to the final 4.
Trump pardons Tina Peters erroneously versus Kristi Noem gets her face handed to her by Congress.
Kristi Noem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a sweep.
Okay. Okay, and we've got
Trump one's funny though.
3-time a loser on the Letitia James attempt to prosecute Letitia James, or SCOTUS approves gerrymandering in Texas. Gerrymandering. Blah.
I'd have to go with the Supreme Court on this one.
Me too.
Because again, that's pretty egregious.
So
And
it's
that's
you and
an
Aaron.
overreach of power.
Gerrymandering. So it's gerrymandering versus Noem.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Embarrassed red-faced Kristi versus Supreme Court retrial.
Supreme Court.
Gerrymandering.
Yeah, me too.
Well, doesn't matter what I think. It's the gerrymandering, but I will say gerrymandering. Just sweet. All right.
I've compiled we got a little over a minute here. I've compiled a list from mostly Jimmy Kimmel and Greg Proops of Trump nicknames.
Okay.
Okay.
The Nobelephant in the Room, Mango Mussolini, Cheeto Benito, Papaya Pinochet, Kremlin-controlled Carrot, Genghis Khan Man, Tangerine Tyrant, Commander in Thief, Khan Juan, Emperor Palpatine Hands, General Eisenhower, Groper Cleveland, Hungry Hypocrite, Jabba the Pizza Hut, Liatola, Metamucil World Peace, Napoleon Bonaspur, Orange Julius Caesar, Our Fondling Father, Petty Roosevelt, might be my favorite, President
Yeah, I like
Presidentia,
that one.
Rip Tanwinkle, Ronald McFondle, Shamussolini, Useless S. Grant, and the last one's a good one too, Velveto Corleone.
Oh,
Velveeta
Corleone.
Corleone. That's
Well,
a good one.
the one that I like is Blob the Builder.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he had a lot of blobs in there too.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to laugh. Why the world burns, it's good to laugh. All right. Well,
Very
this-
quickly, guys, let's
Yeah.
go ahead and wish the legendary Dick Van Dyke a very happy 100th birthday.
Yes, absolutely.
Here,
Love
here.
Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, we were
Cheers.
very into that show earlier today.
We're watching American Masters about
Mhm.
Dick Van Dyke, man. He was
Yeah.
he was a genius, really.
Absolutely. I'd rank him up there with Red Skelton.
Although as a
Oh,
kid, I got annoyed by the opening of the sitcom when he tripped over the ottoman every fucking time.
But
Oh.
the
Yeah,
second
but
season,
actually, not all of them were where he trips. On
I know.
some, he didn't trip,
Yeah.
I know.
which I thought was.
I would be
I
annoyed
had-
when he
I
did.
thought I had seen that,
yep.
but I liked it when he did because I thought it was funny and it was very much like myself.
Well, he was a big fan of like Buster Keaton and all these silent
Very much
comedians.
physical
Yeah,
Side
he's a
deck.
comedian.
slapsticky guy.
Right.
I liked
right.
his brother
Very
too,
physical
Jerry.
comedian.
Yep.
The Mary Poppins stuff, man. He's
Mhm.
Well,
I
Chitty Chitty
will
Bang Bang.
always cherish
Chitty
him
Chitty Bang
in
Bang.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
yeah.
Yeah. When he sings "Hushabye Mountain," oh my God, my heart.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And Jerry was awesome in Coach. I
Yep.
loved him in
Jerry
Coach.
Van Dyke.
And let's not forget Dick's
forget about him.
performance
Yeah, he's
in You
hilarious.
Think You Can Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you get a chance to watch that American Masters, it's worth it. It's good.
Wait a minute. Was he in So You Think You Can Dance, or was he in the dance competition?
I don't know, but we're into our last minute.
Yeah, he was on the dance competition, and everyone was trying to figure out who he was.
Oh, okay. I know
yeah,
what
on
you're
the
talking
costume.
about.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks. I don't know if that's 2025 or 26, but we'll know when we get there.
Today's the 13th. It'll be
Yep.
the 27th of.
It'll be the last podcast of 2025.
So we got one more. All right.
Because
Yep.
it's our paydays.